All right, let's talk about something that might feel, well, intensely familiar. It's that feeling, the one where your brain is just always on. Does that just hit home for you? That constant need to connect the dots, to understand the subtext, to see the entire landscape when it feels like everyone else is perfectly content with just a little snapshot? It's a really common feeling, but you know what? It's also a deeply misunderstood one. For years, you might have been told you're an overthinker, or maybe that you're too sensitive, or even judgmental. But what if those labels are completely missing the point? What if this way of seeing the world isn't some kind of bug, but a powerful built-in feature of your intelligence? So let's do exactly that. Let's reframe this whole experience. We're going to move away from all those negative labels and start understanding this as a unique and seriously valuable cognitive strength. This right here, this is a powerful shift in perspective. Think about it. You're not an overthinker. You're a depth craver. You're not judgmental. You're a pattern seeker. And you are definitely not too sensitive. You are highly perceptive. It's all about the lens you choose to look through, isn't it? And this brings us to a new name for this whole thing, Hyper-Observant Intelligence. It's a way of thinking that's defined by this relentless drive to understand things fully, to connect pieces of information that seem totally unrelated, and to always, always look past the obvious. The key is, it's not about thinking more, it's about thinking deeper. And look, this isn't just some feel-good idea. There's some really fascinating psychology behind why some brains are just wired this way. So let's dig into the mechanics of it. First up, there's this concept called hyperconnectivity, and it's pretty much what it sounds like. For this kind of brain, it's the default setting. So instead of taking a piece of information, let's call it A, and just accepting it as A, your brain is automatically trying to link it to B, C, and yeah, probably that weird thing you saw last Tuesday. It's just wired to build a whole web of understanding, not just a list of facts. The second piece of this puzzle is something called metacognition. All that really means is thinking about your own thinking. People with hyper-observant intelligence don't just process the world around them. They're constantly processing their own process. This is what leads to that super high level of self-awareness. And yeah, let's be honest, it's also what can lead to being overly self-critical sometimes. So what happens when you put hyperconnectivity and metacognition together? Well, you get this experience. Your brain acts like a connection engine that never shuts off. And you're the one operating the engine, constantly analyzing its performance. It can create an incredibly rich inner world, but man, it can also be pretty exhausting at times. So if that whole engine that never shuts off idea really resonates, how does it actually show up in your day-to-day life? Let's walk through 7 key signs of a hyper-observant mind. Just see how many of these feel familiar. All right, let's break down the specifics. Okay, number 1, you spot patterns and inconsistencies almost effortlessly, things that other people just seem to walk right past. 2, you have an insatiable curiosity. Just because is never, ever a good enough answer for you. 3, you're a conversational analyst. You're constantly replaying interactions in your head to figure out what was really being said. 4 is that intense self-awareness we just talked about, that metacognition that has you analyzing your own thoughts. 5, you crave substance. Small talk can feel like a genuine waste of your mental energy, but a deep conversation, that totally lights you up. 6, you're a natural innovator. You connect ideas from completely different worlds to create something brand new. And finally, number 7, you're a strategic thinker, always playing out future scenarios based on what's happening right now.
If a lot of those signs just made you nod your head, the takeaway here is simple, but it's also really profound. Your brain isn't broken or flawed. It's built for a specific purpose. It craves depth.
And that brings us right back where we started, doesn't it? Full circle. That restlessness that you feel, that's not anxiety or some kind of defect. It's the drive of a mind that's designed to complete the puzzle, to see the whole map. So the key takeaway is this. This is not a bug in your programming. It is a feature. Your mind is an instrument that is finely tuned for depth, for complexity, for nuance. It's designed to explore the deep ocean, not to just paddle around in the shallows. Embracing this understanding, it changes everything. It moves you from trying to fix a perceived flaw to leveraging a powerful tool. So the final question isn't about how to stop overthinking, but it's this. Now that you recognize the unique architecture of your mind, what will you choose to build with it?